I've not, no.
So it holds 800 standing and 550 seated. This is obviously theatre style seated at the moment. So the front section of rows are just chairs that get popped up. Depending on the seating plan, these ones here that are on the steps go into the garage underneath, and that's how all the different shows get set up with different kinds of setup.
Right.
This is the technical area. So, all of the tech aspects. The behind the scenes of every gig basically. So any gig will they'll have a production meeting ahead of the gig, our technical manager, the tour's technical manager, and then they will liaise between them. Sometimes the tour technical manager will work alongside them and they'll kind of combine the skills together. Sometimes it'll just be, dictated, this is what we want, and then the technicians just make it happen. And then sometimes the kind of tends to be like the more student shows or something like that they might not exactly know what they want, and they just kind of ask for direction, and then the technical team will just create something around what they want. Basically.
Yeah.
Kind of corporate events and look after the health and safety and the running of the building and things, look after the front of house team. So this is not my area of expertise, but obviously I work here, so I'll know some answers. So the stage comes in different sizes. They go in sections of 3 meters, so you can go up to 9 meters, you can have 3 meters, you can have 12, depending on what setup you want. But obviously, if you have a 12-meter stage, then it impacts the number of people you can have in the audience. But they're very popular for dance.
Yeah.
And productions and everything. This is the equipment. I have to say. This might not be 100% correct, but yeah, these are the lights that they use backstage when you've got something on the stage and you obviously don't want any bleed through to there. So the technical team and them doing calls backstage and everything can still see what's going on, but there's not light shining through onto the stage, and then the full lightings. And this is just a lot of technical equipment basically.
Fair enough. So how changeable round is the space? What can you do to make it different? I know you said about the 12-foot stage. Is there anything else or?
So we'll do you want to come and have a look again?
Yeah, sure.
So we can do anything. Being such a new venue, it's kind of anything, any request that comes in, we'll make it work. We recently had a request for a bit of a yoga session.
Right.
We might take all the chairs out and just make this just a yoga studio. Basically, you can have versions where you actually have the seats on the stage if you just have a small amount of seats, and then use the pit as just the floor in the theatre production. We've done versions where we've had it in a bit of a round, sort of Shakespeare style, where we actually have the audience sat in a circle around the performance, which is in the middle. This all goes completely flat, and we've had dinner dances and evening discos. We do weddings in here. We've got our first wedding in June. So it completely transforms into loads of different setups, basically.
Yeah. Has there ever been a time that you've been able to turn a client down or not? Or is it always
If it's something that 100% that just is not possible.
Yeah.
If it's something that's possible but difficult, we'll do it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
But if it's something that, if they want 1,000 standing plus 200 seating, that's obviously not something we can facilitate. So would have to turn that one down, but would always try and think of alternatives. So because we have quite a wide range of spaces, we've got the auditorium, we've got the engine room, bar and restaurant, we've got the foyer bar, so there's kind of always something to fit every scenario.
Yeah.
And we also have the parade ground, which I'll show you now. But it's always an option if someone wants something larger. We can get 450 in this space outside at the moment. No, sorry, we can get 600. This is what we call the parade ground, which doubles as a car park for drop-offs for backstage and when tour buses park up for shows and everything. But then during the summer months, all of these big birdhouses will move all the way to the back and it just becomes this massive outdoor big space. This is an outdoor stage. Everything goes up, all of the technical equipment comes out here, and then we have shows up here.
Oh, fair enough.
So, I don't know, I think it would be worthwhile. I'll drop Alex a message if you'd like to come and see one of the outdoor gigs this summer or something.
Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Completely different dynamic. Fit up to, I'm not going to get the number exactly right, but up to 1,000 in here, possibly slightly more, but because of the amount of fire exits, we can only have 600 at the moment.
Okay.
We're working on a potential of maybe opening some extra fire exits at the back, and then we can increase the capacity a lot more, so hopefully that happens.
Right.
If they're an artist coming in to visit, there'll be somebody to greet them and they'll sign in and out, and they'll go to the changing rooms. This is lots of the different artists we've had here. See, that's empty. They can't all be up, but this is the backstage area. We're very accessible. We've got a lift down to this floor even just from the stage door, or obviously the stairs and the lifts go up to the whole team as well. So I don't know if you want to see all the dressing rooms, there's 4 dressing rooms, but they're all pretty much the same, but this is one of the dressing rooms.
Alright.
Doors are, if you see on the side, most of the doors have maglocks on them for, to keep security really tight. When visiting artists come in, we'll give them a fob, we'll deactivate that fob when they leave.
Okay.
Just so we make sure security is really tight for them, basically. This is where the technical team live and work. Not a glamorous office, but
Yeah.
as you know, you like that. Come in. This is basically the building management for the entire place. Everything runs from here. This stage, the auditorium, Wi-Fi, everything.
Oh, okay.
This is where they control everything. There's actually only 3 people that work in here on a regular basis, but look how many computer screens they have.
Yeah.
And it gets boiling in here as well. Visiting companies can make tea and coffee, and it's a plant room, and it's a staff area, and then all of it's the plant room for the building, all the pipes and everything as well.
Okay.
And these are the standing accessible areas to watch. So what we say about this auditorium is there's really not a bad seat in the house because of the size of it and the way everything's laid out. If you go to quite a lot of theatres, there's always that corner where you just don't get a very good view. There's like literally over here, you still get such a good view. This would obviously be moved up.
Yeah. Did you know if the rigs can come down with just a automated
So
system?
all of this, I don't know about whether it's an automated system or not, but all of this kind of lowers. I can't take you up in the... Yes, I'll take you up in the grid so you can see it. I feel like there's no point doing a tour if you can't go up in the grid.
Alright.
So you go up in the grid and that's how they control everything, and everything gets lowered and put back up. But that's basically where they make all of the staging for the show. That's why they make it work as a jump on the roof.
Oh, thank you.
I've actually never been up here. I've been in the grid, but I haven't been up on the roof.
Do you ever do anything up here, or is it just
So it's more building maintenance, so the technical team also double as the building maintenance team because it is such a new venue.
Yeah.
We need to keep things as tight as possible team wise, so they might come up and clean out the gutters or something like that. There's nothing usually really technical that happens. They can hang lighting up and fix the signs and things like that. Okay. Same. So, I can't remember where it is, but there's a little locker. If you're happy, just anything that you're carrying, you keep a very tight hold of your phone.
Yeah, no worries.
Because you get used to it. But feel free to walk over to the middle if you're happy to.
Okay.
This is where they control everything.
Whoa. So is this how you, because I was in Seville, I forgot the name of the theatre off the top of my head, but it's this big grand central theatre. Essentially they use this area to like lower and bring up the rigs with a pulley system. I'm assuming this is a more advanced version of that.
Yes, it is. There is pulley systems in place in case the electricals fail or anything, but it's mostly electrical. But you'll see the tech guys up here in the grid fixing and moving things around, hanging from cables, all sorts.
Yeah, fair enough. I was going to say, so does it all go through to that breaker there or not? If you don't know, it's all right.
I don't know.
No worries.
I could guess and give you a completely made up answer, but it might not be true.
No worries then.
Hopefully we'll be able to catch down now.
Also, do you know, I know it sounds weird, but do you know what the height would be from here to the bottom?
No, that's a very good question. No, I'm afraid I don't.
No worries.
But that's definitely something that I can find out for you. That's a very small area. Got the foyer bar and the mezzanine up here. So again, they can just be set however anyone wants. Nothing's too weird or out there. And then this is the engine room, bar and restaurant, which is open on a daily basis. And then again, this could also be hired out. And we've got our outdoor spaces as well as the back outdoor spaces.
Alright, cool.